Yo, what's going on, guys? CallxMeVapor here, and welcome back to the video. So today, I'm just gonna be ranking the devil fruits because I see a lot of new players like asking for what fruits are actually good in the game. So I'm just gonna go through all of these. I'm gonna explain them all to you and tell you like what they're like useful for, and obviously I'm going to be ranking them. So let's just start with the obvious ones. So just all around, it's gonna be the ranking of this. It's not just gonna be for PvP. It's not just going to be for grinding, it's going to be for just the all-around value of it. You know, spin is okay in PvP, but just because it has no value for grinding or the actual game, I'm going to put in D, as well as Suki, even though Suki has a combo extender. And where is Kilo? Kilo is the same thing. So now we're moving to the actual fruits. Bari is okay for grinding, and it's okay for PvP, so I'm going to put this in C tier, just simply because you can trap people. Bomb is also okay for PvP, so I'm going to put this in B tier, and this is the best grinding fruit in the game. If you are new to the game, you're going to want to eat a Bomu. It's a very low value, and you can get it pretty easily. You can honestly probably beg people in the lobby for it, and they'll give you it, so yeah. Next, we have Gomu. Gomu is a very good fruit. It has a pretty good ult when you're PvPing, and it's okay for grinding. It's a lower tier of Bomu, so you can use the same damage ability to kill NPCs, so yeah, that's why it's in C tier. Next we have Goro. Goro is a okay grinding fruit once you get higher in levels. Once you're in low levels, it's not very good. You can't use any abilities. But once you get the Lightning Storm, you can grind pretty hard. It's also okay for PvP. It has one combo extender and a kind of decent ending to a combo. So I'm going to put this in B tier as well, but in front of Bomu. Next we have Gura. Now Gura is just not a good fruit, in my opinion. It's not really good. You don't want to go for it. So I'm going to put this in C tier, but at the top of it, obviously, because it's a legendary fruit. But just keep in mind that this is not a very good legendary fruit. It's probably the bottom of the barrel. So next we have He. He is okay for grinding because of the ult and the Ice Stomp, and also it's really good for PvP. It has an infinite combo right now, so I'm gonna put it at A. Also, you have the bike, which you can drive on water really fast. It's like I think it's as fast as the big boat, so put that in A tier. Next we have Horo. Horo is just not a good fruit anymore. It used to have an infinite combo, now it doesn't, and it is not good for grinding. So actually, I'm considering putting this at D tier, but at the top. So next we have Ito. Ito is the best PvP fruit in the game because it has an infinite combo with just its devil fruit abilities. So I'm going to put this in top of A tier. The only reason I don't put it in S tier is because it is not good for grinding at all. It is just an awful grinding fruit in its entirety. And yeah, so next we have Mara. Mara, I'm probably going to put this in A tier above Ito, just simply because the grinding is really good with Mara. You have your Heiken, which is just a one-shot, so. And also, you can solo dungeons with Maros really fast, so yeah, that's why I'm putting it in A tier. Next, we have Marrow. So Marrow is going below Gura right here. Marrow is a hard to judge fruit because it does have a pretty long combo if you can land it with PvP, but it also has just no grinding stats. It's a rare fruit, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. And next we have Pika. Pika is the best grinding fruit in my opinion because of the light ray, and also it can hold its own in PvP. It's definitely not one of the best, but you know, it's up there. And also it's a legendary fruit. This has the light fly too, so you can get to different islands just with the fruit. So that's why it's an S tier. Suna is a questionable fruit. It's definitely going in B tier. I just don't know where. Probably under Goro. It has some okay grinding abilities, but it's you know, it's kind of questionable just because it's not the most effective fruit, and I definitely think it's below Goro in PvP and grinding, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Tori is it's one of the two mythical fruits, and it's honestly not that good. I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier. There's no grinding abilities except for the one thing where you're in the bird. It takes like 10 seconds to use the ability. It's just not that good for PvP anymore. It fell off really hard, so gonna put that at the top of B tier. Zushi is a pretty good grinding fruit. I'm gonna put it in A tier. It's definitely above Tori, it's definitely above Goro, and it's definitely above Suna. I'm gonna put this in the bottom of A tier. It has the Meteor Strike, which is just a big circle, and you hit people and NPCs with it. So that, and it has the pull, so PvP is really easy with Zushi. You can, as long as you're using Eel Hammer or Greatsword or something with high damage, you can pretty much just one-shot everybody. So that's why I'm putting it at the bottom of A tier. Kage is eh, it's a questionable fruit once again. It's kind of like Tori where I mean Suna where it has no real combo extenders except for one for PvP, and also it's it's not very good for grinding. So I'm going to put this at the top of B tier because I definitely do think it's above Tori, but I do think it's below the Zushi. So now we have Mochi. Mochi is absolutely broken right now. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos on it. I do think Pika is better overall, but Mochi is definitely one of the best PvP fruits if you just want to walk around and use abilities. And also, it's pretty good for grinding. It has a ton of AOE like moves. So once it starts losing its value, I would probably eat it. So now we have Paw. Paw is not that good. It's just not that good of a fruit. I'm going to actually put this below Goro. It has no grinding abilities, and it is not that good in PvP. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. The only thing that goes for it is the TP, which can you can TP through 2 different worlds with that move. So yeah. Next we have Magu. So Magu is definitely way up here. I'm gonna put this above Mochi because it just has a really hard damage combo in PvP, and also it is below Pika. Pika is just better for grinding, but Magu is definitely up there, and I think Magu and Pika are like the two grinding fruits that you want to go with. So gonna put those two in S tier. And lastly, we have Yomi. So Yomi is definitely like the top 3 fruits right now for PvP. It has 2 combo extenders, and it has that massive thing with the Soul King that does like 300 damage. So going to put this probably in I think right here is a good spot because although it does have no grinding abilities, I'll put it below Heat because it has no grinding abilities, but if you really wanted to grind with it, you could use your Soul King Roar. It would one-shot everything. So yeah, that's why I'm putting that in A tier. Now, the only thing that would be questionable for this tier is probably the spot of, I don't know, Tori and Mara maybe, if you want to put those between A and B. That's honestly all I have. If you have any questions, I know there's a lot of new players coming in, so if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will respond to it. Be sure to like and subscribe as well, because we're going to get to 3K soon, okay? So we need to get to 3K, alright? Alright, I'll see you guys later.